right, y'all? What's going on? It's early as hell. Make sure everything's going okay. Loud as hell. All right. Jesus Christ, the fucking echo on this damn cards. All right. Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? If you just passing through, you just passing through. You're here to stay. Y'all can get a reading. Free for those of y'all I don't recognize, okay? Free for those of y'all I do not know, I do not recognize. You blow through here type shit, you get a free reading. Hopefully people get notifications. I see you people hanging around in here. Say hello. Say hello. What's going on with you? How are y'all? Look at everything set up here. Y'all, I'm missing that camera that kind of like aimed down at the car type shit. I'm missing that camera. I need to get a new tripod for that thing. I love that shit. Y'all can see how messy my cars be, even without me touching the shit. I don't even have to touch the shit for them to say some shit about you motherfuckers. I'm missing that camera that be exposing everybody. See, I don't know. See, I be looking over here to try to see what the phone live situation look like, and to me, it just look way too. That shit scrolled in. Like, what the hell is going on? That shit scrolled in. It's way too close. Like for me, y'all at arm reach away, so I don't know why it's so scrolled in like that. Maybe it just ain't for me. Maybe it just ain't for me. But I'm trying to get more people up in here. I said I see 5 people. What's going on with you? 5 people. Your eyes are open. Let me check that. Make sure this chat is good. Everything like that. Oh yeah, it's good. Say hello. What's going on with you? Hey Aries, what's going on? Sorry, I'm fixing this. Hope everybody is blessed and well and safe during this new year so far. Yeah. Hopefully everyone's safe. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Doing alright. So please tell me when your long-term partner will finally propose marriage to me. Aries, I will ask for a donation from you just because the free folks, okay, free folks, they get free read, right? It's the people that I've never seen before that get the free readings. If I've seen you multiple times before, that's the only time I'll be like, okay, you gotta start donating. Just because the energy just ain't like that, you know what I mean? I be sitting out here couple hours type shit. You know, I'm patient and stuff like that too. But I just like for the free folks to kind of get used to my energy, so I give them like a good once read type shit. Get into their stuff. Sometimes I do read mess for people when they just blow through, and it's kind of like a, I'm getting warmed up type situation. But it just depends on when you catch me. Really, it depends on when you catch me. Whatever you can too. It don't gotta be something big. I ain't no bully like that. It ain't gotta be something big. You're definitely very gifted and accurate. I appreciate all your insight. Thank you so much, Aries Spiritual Guidance. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of the support that folks give me when I'm out here. And those who have stuck through thick and thin, because for real, that shit, it blows my mind sometimes. Sometimes I can't even stand myself type shit. So I do appreciate all the support that blows through. And I love checking in on little individuals. Y'all come in, you guys that energy on you. I like when people chop it up, even if you just hanging around. I like that shit. It's a lot of fun. But yes, it is free for folks who are new. I just put that out as a reminder. You new up in this bitch. I ain't never read for you before. You kind of liking the vibes. Maybe you watch a couple of different videos. You bounce from short to video, whatever the situation may be. you're here, and something brought you here. You know, if you got a question and you new, pop it in the chat. Even answer, say hello, don't hurt. Because when people just post questions, that kind of irk me a little bit. But you say hello, you say hello. Sure, Aries. Sure, sure. And I'm get. Is it your same question that you just asked me? Is it the same question you just asked me? You said, "What's your partner? When will they propose to you?" And I already have I have an answer already. So I have an answer already. I literally just turned one card and I got an answer, and it's pretty. Yeah, see, it's pretty direct. Pretty direct. You prefer Cash App or PayPal? Whichever one's fine with you. Whatever you're comfortable with. Cash App or PayPal, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm cool with either. I'm cool with either. So already I got the answer, right? Can I do super chat? Sure. Like I said, whatever you cool with, whatever you're comfortable with, go ahead and pop it through. And today I'm using this deck, which is one of my favorites. I have a couple of decks out though. Malibu hooked me up with a couple of decks here that are pretty fucking cool. And you should see a super chat pop up as well. You might see a pop up. It should pop up on the screen. I don't know if it's gonna do its thing. It's supposed to. This new streaming service, you should get the pop up. Oh, and then some cards just fell on the floor. What just fell? Hmm? Oh, also, can I ask you? Did you get a notification? Did you get a notification from the from YouTube or no? I don't know if you have them on or whatever for my channel. I'm just asking because I'm curious because some people just don't get no notification, nothing at all. YouTube gotta fix some of that shit. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at the cards and I'm also looking to make sure the stream is running good because sometimes it be freezing up. He said, "Did you get a PayPal? Let me check it out." This shit is so slow. Come on now. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Let me get some. I did. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Oh, you just sent Clay. Super chat only lets me do 49, then just 99, so that's why I was just trying to do PayPal. Take your time, hon. Take your time. I see you, Clay. Let me hit Clay. Boom, boom, boom. I'm patient. Aries, don't worry about it. I'm patient. I got you. All right, quick card pull. Let me get you. Let's see what's going on with you. All right, Clay. Five of Viking horns. Oh, okay. Ooh, standing in your power. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this card real quick. Standing in your power. Okay, there's something to do with like cheating. No, I feel like cheating yourself. There's something to do with cheating yourself or feeling cheated in some type of way. I do feel like there was like some sort of sense of like there's something to do with like beating the bullies. They talk about that type of energy, beating the bullies, or just I think that there is something to do with anger here too. So I'm gonna say a couple of different things, right? First of all, I can see that the stress that comes from unhealthy communication has made you feel like helpless. You know what I mean? I feel like nobody around you has been able to do you anything but stress recently. Okay, that's what they're talking about. Like it's just very, very stressful. It's always very like high energy communication. It feels like everybody always just trying to like ask you for something that you don't have. I can see something to do with petty drama here, Clay. I can see like a lot of this like bickering that happens. I feel like it's any time that you're just looking for some sort of reassurance here. And they're talking about that never really changing with certain folks, Clay. They're saying that this whole situation, like, that will never change. That is just the way that they communicate. And I think you've learned not to rely on them. And I think you've also learned to kind of grow by yourself and kind of go through some of these emotions by yourself. I can see the Hierophant in the reverse, which is like, I had to teach myself how to have the patience to deal with this situation. It's very, very taxing, okay? They talk about you being like, okay, well, I have to somehow like find a way to manage. I feel like you talk about bills. I feel like you're talking about like the stress of family. I feel like you're talking about like so many different relations right now. Okay, it's just way too much, and I feel like you did have like a little bit of a, you know, minor episode. You're realizing though that you walk alone. Okay. And that's something that's also kind of, can be scary, but also at the same time liberating that you are the one in control. And I want to just kind of remind you of the fact that, like, even though you're the one in control type shit, it does not mean that you need to indulge in everybody around you, indulge all of their wishes, all of their commands. Okay, it's okay to say no. It's okay to be like, fuck this, I'm out. I don't want nothing to fucking do with y'all. It's okay for you to shut down the bickering, the yapping, the whining. That's the whole situation. Like you're not doing anything wrong by saying I've had enough and I need time and then I need space. Like I do not need to be worried about all of this right now. I have more things to do on this side than I do this side. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to keep arguing with you. I know I'm arguing with stupid, and I don't want any part of that situation. That's kind of what it is. Okay? They said stop saying or stop sitting there and saying like you are you beat yourself up a lot. Okay, you beat yourself up a lot. I just keep picking up on like you tell yourself that you're not cut out for this journey, that you're not cut out for the type of life that you live. But truth be told, it's the other people around you that aren't cut out for your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's the people around you that are not cut out for your life. It's not you, it's them. If you cut out the fucking peanut gallery, right, as hard as that may be, things would start changing very quickly. Things will become a lot easier, a lot healthier. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. Okay. So, outcome card, King of Bibles. I think you are probably already in that phase then. You already in that phase of like, I need to stop. I need to quit with all the yelling and shit like that. I'm never going to be heard by these people. I know that I'm never going to be heard by these people. I think you're already in that direction, okay? Where you're like, I'm just not going to deal with it anymore. I can't deal with it anymore. Okay? That's what I see. All right? So that's what's going on with you. I can't deal with it. I'm not gonna fucking deal with this shit. It's not mine to deal with anymore. It's not your. It was never your responsibility. That's the problem, okay? It just never was. Okay, it was never your responsibility. You was never supposed to take any of this shit on. All right, so now it's time to fucking go. It's time to remove it from your situation so that you can become healthy. Okay, live a healthier life. And you don't have to keep re-traumatizing yourself through these situations, okay? That's what's going on with you. You're doing the right thing by cutting off communication and leaving that situation behind. You truly are. You're doing the best that you can, okay? So, hey, Aria, what's going on with you? This is resonating for me as well. Take it. Take it. By all means, take it. If it resonates with you and you're feeling it strong, take it. Because all of our energy type shit, when y'all come up in here, it all, like I said, connects. Y'all all connect. Regardless of the situation. I'm not saying everyone's situation ain't different, because it really is. Everybody has different lives. However, the energy can be very much the same. Okay. So, Maria, you say, what's Asha's karma for bullying me in high school and even having your brother jump me when I was in high school? That's a really fucked up situation. Very fucked up situation. She pretended not to know, even though she stalked me and used divination on me. Very fucked up situation. I have no respect for somebody like that. That's just disgusting. And yes, I've never seen you before. Let me kind of check the cards and see what's going on with this situation. Usually I'm not one to like check in on other people necessarily like that, but I feel like this situation calls for it. Excuse me. Let's look at it. This person is still a bully in life. Okay. That's the situation. This person is still a bully in life. And they live a very lonely one because of it. If that's something that you yourself kind of have lived this lonely life because of the situations like that, because of your own anxieties based on the situation that happened. But to me, it looks like this person is already a very lonely person. This is already a very, very lonely, frustrated, pissed off person. I think that, they they're just irresponsible. You know what I mean? They're irresponsible. They can't take the blame and the guilt for the things that they have done. I already kind of see this family situation with this individual as well. It's not great. I can see that this person also kind of, they like abuse because that's the experience that's the only experience that they really know. They won't take responsibility right now, though. And I think you asking, that's a really fucking bold thing to do. And I commend you for being able to stand up in that way. Though it might not be as satisfactory because the individual didn't even respond to you in the way that you wanted. By you doing that in itself is progress. Okay. And I know, like I say, you say you can't sleep from the situation. It hurts you, but essentially you going in and confronting, like, I'm just saying, like, that in itself is something that's very strong. Okay. Yeah, you didn't do nothing wrong to this individual. You didn't. Yeah, they said just a statistic. I told her I forgave her, but she was like, "Sorry, I don't know you." See, you know what I mean? But like I said, by you even taking the lead on that situation, you got to know how strong you are. You got to know how strong you are. Like, I know you're not over it. You don't just get over traumatizing situations like that, but that's very strong of you to do that. Like I said, from what I see here, there's no. It sucks, right? Because I'm be like, there's no real repercussions because I think in itself, this person living and treating the people the way that they do is already a repercussion of their actions. From what I see in the energy, this person is very frustrated with themselves. You know what I mean? They can't keep friends. Naturally, they can't keep friends because of how I feel like atomic or disgusting that their anger truly is. I could see this individual not having friends or not keeping friends because of this. Okay, they can't keep anyone close because they're very, very, extremely volatile. Okay. Yeah, they talk about 10 of Wands. It's like nobody really wants to deal with this individual. Okay. Nobody wants to deal with this individual. 10 of Wands is like somebody who they're heartbroken. Their mind's broken. It's a lot to do with trauma. It's a lot to do with trauma. This person's own trauma. Okay. And they're gonna have to go through a lot in order to become somebody different. Even a sorry, or I apologize would have been a step towards the right direction, but she's not. She's not there yet. She's not there yet. And she can't take responsibility for something like this because she is just not. There's no maturity there. Like there just isn't. There's no maturity there. Thank you, Aries. Let me go check you up. There just isn't any maturity within this individual at all. Yeah, they said the fool. They said the fool. Very childish, extremely so. I got you, Aries. I got you. I get the vibe she got offended by me reaching out. No, I feel like so. Actually, from what I see, is that she wasn't offended. She was actually scared. Isn't that crazy? Uh, I don't get the vibe that she was offended. I feel like she was scared because again, she doesn't expect people to confront her. Oftentimes, that is the case with bullies. Oftentimes, that is the case. But I don't get the fact at all that just seems like for her it felt like she was exposed, and it actually made her nervous. So, you know, that's what I see. I'm sorry that you went through that. Can I get a reading? Yes, you can, Lena. Go ahead and drop your question in the chat, Lena. I think she was scared because I brought up her relationship, how her relationship was with her boyfriend, the one she tried to ruin my life over. Yeah, she was scared. Again, she lied because she doesn't want the confrontation. She's afraid of confrontation. Said, now I do not know how to say that name. Suri Lakshmi. I don't know how to say that name. Okay, I'm gonna just say Lakshmi. And that's how it's gonna be. Okay, we're gonna shorten it. Short name for an American. It was second here. So Aries. Aries, you asking me the same question you asked me earlier? That's correct. Okay, damn. Siri Lakshmi. Okay, so Aries, drop your question one more time for me. I know it's kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass. I got you, girl. And then Lena, I hop to you. Just stay in chat. So you asked when this person was going to propose, right? That was your question, Aries. So I will kind of like give the answer that I got through the cards immediately, which was the devil in the reverse earlier, which is stability. Okay. This person seeks stability overall, and they feel like they can never really have enough of said stability. So, from what I was picking up, I feel like this individual really wants a, financial stability. We've long-term commitment and have endured many trials and tribulations together. I'm just wondering when he will finally propose. When y'all have stability. It's okay. That is kind of his worry going into this situation even deeper. The world in the upright is that anything can happen. He has more of a planner's mindset or like an earthy mindset, earth signs mindset, in which he feels like without stability that you guys don't really have anything, you but each other, which is great, which is great in most terms. But in the other term, it's like he thinks of how he can support you. Okay, that's like really the main thing that prevents him from proposing like right now as we speak. Okay, like right now, why he's not on his fucking knee right now. The only thing stopping him is the financial instability. That's it. Okay. Yeah, give him some time is exactly what they're saying. Just give him some time. And talk about like there is a there's a potential. I feel like in a couple of years, like 2 years or so, it's just like getting him off of his. I feel like whatever business venture he's doing right now, whatever he's doing for business or finances, that's going to completely change. It's not going to be the same job. Okay, it's not going to be the same job. It's not going to be what he's doing right now currently at all. I feel like there's not even an adjacent in that territory. Okay, but when he does finally switch his job and he becomes satisfied in that area, because I see that being one of his main stressors is his job. Again, the insecurity will leave him and he will actually be able to propose to you. All right. They talk about working on communication as well. I think that you perceive things quite a bit differently from him. Obviously, five of Viking horns in the reverse. They're talking about perceiving things in a way where you're like, well, what are we losing really by doing that? And he just that the one thing in his security that he's always been missing, especially growing up here, I can see is his finances. He's always felt like no matter what, like especially if he's committing to you, in that level where he's like, okay, let's have kids, let's do this, let's do that. It just finances is something he's never been able to get above, ever. He's never been afloat to where he can live comfortably, and he wants y'all to live comfortably. Okay, that's what's going on. He wants it to be comfortable. All right, Lena. Thank y'all for blowing through. Those of you that are new to this channel, I appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you have never gotten a reading from me, you can get a free reading. Just be patient with me because, people blow through. Some people leave. Whatever. Just be patient. So, Lena, you asked me. Sorry, I was scrolling back to your question. Feelings towards you. Okay, so Sri Lakshmi's feelings towards you. His feelings towards you. Love your insight. Thank you, Aries. I appreciate you. There's a third party also. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know. So three of Bibles, I mean third party situation, yeah. So there are options obviously out there. And that's option for both of y'all. That's options for both of y'all. That's not just one sided. Otherwise I would have gotten the clarifier would not be the Hierophant, which is like I said, both of y'all do have options. Regardless. I can see so feelings towards you already, like, we pick up on unfaithfulness, okay, in some degree. Unfaithfulness, okay. First of all, whatever connection he's in now or you're in now, they talk about this being pretty false, fake. So they talk about false foundations, they talk about it being a sham, which is, it's like, I know culturally that's probably the situation. However, I pick up on him wanting to build with somebody else. Okay. So whether he's with you or with another female, he wants to build a family with somebody else. That's what it just feels like to me. Okay. Like he does not want to commit to building a family with somebody, especially if he doesn't have feelings for them. That's just kind of how he feels about the situation. He takes pride in being traditional, though. And so him breaking away from a marriage or breaking away from a prior commitment, I just don't see that happening either. It's like he's super stubborn on both fronts. It's like I don't want a family necessarily with this individual. I don't want to connect or commit to this situation. However, because this is tradition, I'll do it anyways. That's so frustrating, right? That's very frustrating. Because it's what his mother wants. Is the essential. That's what my mom wants. So I'm going to do what my mom wants. And if this applies to you or him, just take it. Take it and run with it. You know what I mean? Man. Yeah, it is this thing where I feel like you kind of sit here and you're like, well, I have self-worth. I have confidence. Like, I know how much I'm worth. I'm not going to wait around for a toxic situation like this. It's complicated. He's attracted to you, yes, and there's a sexual attraction there. There is also an emotional attraction there. However, there's also anxiety to perform. There's anxiety to be the perfect traditional man. I just see that whether or not you and him will be together, I don't even feel like there's a question in his mind. I feel like he's not going to choose you. Okay, I see that in the cards. He's just not going to choose you. You can be. I mean, he's just never going to. He would never choose you. That would be the situation. He's committed to the traditional way of things. Okay, he's just never going to choose you. Gotta understand. You said I don't know why I feel like there's still feelings, because there is. There's heavy attraction there. There's still attraction there. Okay, there still is. That has not left him. It's sexual attraction, but like I said, he just never will. He would never commit to you. He would never approach you in a way that would be serious. In fact, I feel like if anything, he would go the sexual route. But again, whatever situation he's in, he's content with staying, regardless of whether he's happy with it or not, because it's tradition for him, or it's traditional, or it's more traditional than what he would have had with you. It's kind of what I'm seeing. Feel like there's also guilt here. Okay, I don't know what it is. I feel like there was maybe an apology that was missed here, or improper communication. They just talk about guilt being here. They talk about guilt. Hand of Bibles, Ace of Bibles in a reverse. Again, there will never be an opportunity where y'all will be together. Okay, ever. In a way that will be serious and whatsoever. The Lovers in so there's already a prior commitment. That's who he's gonna be with for the rest of his life. And the Hermit is you. The Hermit is you. Learning to move on and not stay. curious about this situation because I feel like it's already been done with. It's already been trifled with. Ten of Skulls. Yeah, there's a family there. You know, just let it be. Let it be what it was, what it is. Let it go. Is essentially what they're suggesting you do. You know, now I'm not in your life. I can't tell you exactly how to live it, but also at the same time, you know, use discretion. I know you got an intuition on you too. You definitely do. Seven of Skulls in the Tower in the reverse. Yeah, it's done. It's already done. It's already done. That's what's going on. He does look at you and think, yeah, I could have a sexual relationship with this girl. Yeah, she could be a friend of mine. Even though that in itself is kind of taboo just for looking at you in a sexual way, right? Or even if y'all had prior dealings. But he's not going to commit to you, Lena. He never would. Maria. Maria, are you still here? Yeah, he would absolutely have sex with you, though. The sexual energy is crazy. I should accept the reality and let her go. Yes. You should. You should. Because it's, like I said, you know, whatever this traditional relationship that this individual is in, they'll never let it go. Because it's what their mother wants. Because that's tradition. It's unfortunate, you know what I mean? But also, it doesn't mean you can't find somebody better. Is my suggestion. Let someone less complicated and someone who wants the same things as you, right? Yes, let her go. Let it go. Maria, are you still here? We might get a snowstorm, y'all. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. So if the connection starts getting bumpy and raggedy, yeah, our relationship is not a traditional one. Yeah, but you can find somebody who doesn't need to be, you know, someone who could love you for you, appreciate you for you, and you never have to fucking worry about that. All right, Maria. So you said your love life. Well, how's your love life going to change in 2026? Your love life. Okay. Loosening the grip. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. Okay. Maria. Sorry if it lags behind a little bit. I can see you, Maria. I can see you. It might lag up behind a little bit though. So, Maria, this is interesting, right? So they talk about, excuse me, loosening the grip a little bit on relationships because now you're coming to a stage where I feel like the stress of your last relationship or even some of these newer situations, excuse me, sorry, I hate doing that in the mic. A lot of these different things that you've been through in your life, and I pick up heavily on emotional abuse. I pick up on even physical abuse to some extent, but mostly emotional abuse. Taking tanks of like I feel like you know somebody broke down your confidence in some type of way. Someone made you feel less than. Somebody put you in a really complicated situation where I feel like you just felt like you're worth nothing. lost a significant amount of self-worth. You felt like you had to do a lot of crazy shit for any type of attention from some of these partners because of how toxic they are. You had to do a lot of crazy shit, or you were forced to do a lot of crazy shit. But that's not the type of attention that you're wanting now. Okay, I see it. I see what type of love that you want. I see what type of man that you want. Man or woman, doesn't matter. I see what type of person you want, right? And that person can be on the horizon for you, but how you conduct yourself moving forward is going to be like the most important part. How much you're going to protect your heart is going to be the most important part. Okay, so Journey Ahead says that there are several situations, several options that are, some are, sexual in nature. They're just, men playing around. I do feel like there's a younger man here. I sense that very strongly, where this younger man maybe doesn't have any, I feel like he doesn't have any of his shit together. This is kind of crazy. Like, this motherfucker is nuttier than a fruitcake. Whether he's younger than you or your same age, he acts younger than you. He's very immature. Okay, and that's immediately gonna make you want to fix that broken motherfucker. But there's nothing there to fix. Maria, I swear there's nothing there to fix. That's something you should hang up on. Whoever's dealing with these addiction issues or whatever the situation may be, you need to hang up on that shit. That's not something that you want. Okay, there's somebody here who's still married, or someone's still married. They're in a romantic connection already, and that needs to be completely crossed off the board. That is not for you. This is another situation, and like I said, we all match each other's energy type shit, where they will never give up on whoever they're with or stop cheating on whoever they're with. So that situation needs to be canned immediately. You need to get rid of that. There's no romantic situation that will last out of the situation. It's just taboo. Like I said, you're so used to the trauma. Hey, Kate, what's going on with you? Sorry about that. You're so used to the trauma and the drama and the high intensity relationships. They're very hot, heavy, and dark relationships. That you feel like you have to fight for somebody's love in some type of way, and you don't have to do that anymore, Maria. Okay, you can hang that fucking shit up. You can hang that shit up. That's done. That's done. You gotta hang it up, babe. You gotta let that shit go. There's no more. You should not have to fight for the right to be loved. You should not have to fight for it. Okay, there's nothing. There's nothing you have to fight for, right? You shouldn't have to. If anything, you should be fighting for your confidence out there, type shit. Because there's gonna be dudes that try to get you down. There's gonna be people that try to get you down. But like, if you know your worth, you will not have to fight them, right, for the right to love you, type shit. Vice versa. I feel like that situation runs vice versa. I feel like it just every single situation that you've been in, you feel like somebody's unfaithful. It's hard because I feel like you pick people that you feel like are working towards the right direction and come from rough backgrounds, because you come from a rough background. But I would stop picking that, right? Just because you understand it, it doesn't mean it's better for you. Okay, Maria? Just because you understand it, it doesn't mean it's better for you. It doesn't mean it's more healthy for you. Okay? You understand where this individual is at because you've been there before, right? But it doesn't mean it's better for you. Not in the current state that you're in. You're wanting to move on. You're wanting to move ahead. You got to stop with the history. They're like, these motherfuckers are already history, and you got to leave that where it's at, behind you. It's a part of who you were, not who you are now. Okay? Especially if you're trying to change your lifestyle and you're trying to approach love in a different way, where you can be accepted, where you can be loved, fully embraced. A lot to do with friends here, or maybe friends in the past. Maybe it's male friends, but they talk about friends here being also very toxic. Like, you got to leave all that shit behind you, babe. Especially if you're trying to start anew for 2026. Okay? If you're wanting a connection, you're going to have to keep looking. Okay? Whoever convinced you to stop looking, or if it's this particular man, this is a damn liar. This is a liar. This is a clown. Okay. This person is very much so sexual. You know what I mean? They'll make you feel special for a moment, and then you're not special no more. And then with that, like I said, he brings up your confidence and then he breaks it down over and over and over and over and over again. There ain't nothing. He can't offer you anything that you don't already have. Okay. Like, you gotta see yourself as a whole motherfucking meal, a whole, bag of goodies type shit. You have a beautiful personality. You deserve somebody who's gonna respect that right out the fucking gate, and not somebody who's gonna play in your feelings and play with you. Okay. It's one sided. Like I said, your love is genuine, but it's such a one sided situation that it's not gonna go nowhere. There's no commitment there. Okay, at all. So keep looking. Okay, keep looking. Stop relying on your friends too. There's something to do with toxic friendships here. There's something to do with like toxic friends and them thinking that they know better than you of what you need. That's not true. That is not true. And your friends are not your motherfucking parents. Nor should you be talking to them. They're like parrots. Okay? They want a motherfucking cracker, you know what I mean? They want drama to snack on. They enjoy you never having security and never having stability. They like that shit. They feed off that shit. They get hype over the fact that you get with certain types of people that don't treat you well. They get hype off of it, right? Because that drama is like a TV show to them. You got to realize that that's how they're looking at it, and not in a way that is positive or healthy in any type of manner. I'm just letting you know that regardless, right? Regardless of whether they sitting there saying, "Oh, I love you," or "I appreciate you," "Oh, you're so cool," whoever you talking to about your romantic life, whoever this motherfucker is, you got to stop. It's further putting you in an insecure place. It's further putting you in a place where you feel like you have to be reactive and that you have to hurt yourself or somebody else in order to get the love that you deserve. That no, 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 no. It's sad what people will do. Like I said, when they want, it's like they be like, "Well, I just want you happy," but then they'll fucking co-sign, co-ride, and be like, "Yeah, bitch, do this. Yeah, bitch, do that." Like, you gotta have more self-confidence than that, babe. You want something for yourself. You want something that makes you happy. Okay? You do. I can see it. You want true, actual love. Right? You want actual love. You don't want the shit that niggas be giving you recently. Like, shit is crazy. It's too much. Niggas are too old to be doing this shit. And you already know that. You already know that. Like I said, all these people want is to see you in a situation that they can like benefit off of, and find hilarious and find funny, and like that's the basis of some of these relationships around you. It's just drama and trauma and abuse and neglect. Like that shit. I know you're sick of it. You got to be. You gotta be. Kate, how are you? What's going on with you? And thank you, by the way, Maria. Thank you for your energy. I'm not here to scold you or talk to you like I'm some motherfucking parent or no or anything like that. I know your situation is complicated. I see it. I see it. I know it's complicated, but I also know what you want is like it is such a innocent feeling. You know what I mean? It is such an innocent feeling, and that's why I say it's not one you should have to fucking fight people for. It's not something you should have to argue with somebody. If somebody truly, really fucking loves you, yeah, there's gonna be arguments. There's gonna be some crazy shit. There's gonna be some moments where that person feels like, oh my god, like this person's about to walk away from me or this and that. Like sometimes there are those moments because individuals have been through trauma that makes them feel like they have to, but at the same time, an individual who truly wants to see you grow and blossom and bloom and be healthy, they will not break you down. They will pick you up and they will work on their communication in order to communicate with you better. Healthy communicate. They will actually work on their communication, correct themselves. They will make it better for you. Okay, they will love you in the way that you're asking, for reassurance. Like they will reassure you. They will give you exactly what you're asking for without you having to yell and scream for it, without you having to fight somebody for it. Like, imagine that. That is the type of person that you want. You don't want any of these fucking, like, past drug addicts and bullshitters and fucked up cons and scam artists and just all this bullshit. Like, these motherfuckers are. Maria. Maria. I know this ain't no motherfucking full read type shit. But, hey, like I said, I know what you're looking for. And it ain't this. But you also have to be responsible enough to shut these motherfuckers up and shut them the fuck down and get them the fuck away from you. Okay? That's your homework. Of course, Maria. I knew you got this shit. Kate, how are you, girl? We still up in here. Turn on a little music. Let me know if the stream starts acting up or something like that. Like I said, we supposed to get some snow and all that. So glad to see you back. Hey, Get Feather, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? And yeah, we back for 2026. We back through. I did come back a little bit for the holidays at the end of last year, but what's going on with you? How are you? How are y'all doing? Pushing through the shit show that is my life. I feel you, Kay. I see you. We all trying, right? But I know you work hard. You said woohoo, you a whole vibe. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And trust me, I miss this shit. I love tarot so much. To me, it's cool. It's a vibe to connect with folks. It's a switch of perspective for me every single time, and I really do enjoy it. I'm always surprised by the shit we come across. Getting back to it though, any advice on business and career? I can give you a couple of cards. I haven't seen you in a long ass time, so I can give you a couple of cards on that. Okay, Get Feathered. So interesting. Interesting. I think you have such a boss character. It's not even like no matter where your business is going, you have a boss character. It's not that I'm trying to say you intimidating because you're not intimidating. I just feel like you know all the tricks in the game type shit. You know all the tricks in the game. That's what they say. You know all the tricks in the game. Okay, so they said start over. Is that something that you recently did? Did you start over? That's what they said. Did you start over? Hmm. Okay. All right. I'm picking the vibe. I'm picking the vibe. I feel like there's something to do with competition here, the hangman and the upright. Competition, things are getting like, feel like things kind of get slow. You like to switch things around, keep things fresh, which I think is something that you need to keep doing because essentially I can see that, by you kind of starting this whole situation pretty much by yourself, you have so many options now. I feel like more options have opened up since you started when it comes to your business. Okay. So they're talking about going back and trying to reassess how you want this to look or how you want this to feel. Because I think initially you were just like, let me just slap something together. Let me just do something real quick. But they're talking about going back through and making it something thicker. Okay. Thicker. Right. Now, thicker than a Snicker. Like whatever they mean by thicker or just kind of making this shit look like hotter type shit, spicier. Like making it look more like you. It's really what they're saying. More like you. It feels more like you when you look at it. You know what I mean? That's what they're talking about. So while it was like an easy starter type shit, you got something going type shit. Now they're like, okay, so we go back and we revamp. We revamp. Okay, so you've been paying a lot of attention to other matters around you. They talk about family matters. They talk about the interesting romantic relations. So other aspects of your life, basically. You've been focused on other aspects of your life, but what they really want you to do is what's been pissing you off. What's been pissing you off is the fact that you feel like you ain't got no time to yourself. But this goes deeper than that. Okay, this goes deeper than that. It goes to the neglect side of things. It has something to do with the way you was raised. It has something to do with the way that you even approach relationships and romantic relations. They talk about it being deeper than it actually, like what you actually think it is. Because I feel like you decide to like blow it all up to like, oh well, yeah, no, I just got ADHD. Oh yeah, no, I'm just kind of I'm just like that. I go with the flow type shit. You like to chop it up to that, but the truth is, I feel like there's a fear here. There's a fear of, excuse me, failure. There's a fear of showing your true self or your real self in what you do for business. There's a fear here that if you kind of like show yourself or show what you're really about, that people will attack you. It has something to do with your self-worth. Okay, they say daddy issues being a part of that situation as well. It's like you want to prove to the world who you are at your core, but then also at the same time you hold back on doing that shit, and then you get tired and exhausted of wearing the mask or putting up the mask in order to show people like you're like, oh, I have to be this way, I have to be that way, otherwise nobody will come in. I have to be this way, that way. I keep picking up on this, like you're picking yourself apart to the point to where you have like literally nothing left to show people. It's like you sit there and you have all of these ideas, but you pick it apart so hard that it gets to the point to where you have nothing left to show folks because you're scared. And like being afraid, it's not that you're afraid of the idea of success or having your own successful business. You're just afraid of failure. You're afraid of losing it all. It just comes from this abandonment mindset. Okay, comes from this abandonment mindset because this is your baby in a lot of ways. Okay, this is your baby. Exhausted and censored by YouTube. I understand, but there's ways around that shit. Are you kidding me, babe? There is ways around that shit. There absolutely is. You've already built up an armor to shit. That's what I was saying. You already built up your armor. Okay. Now I know you can get creative with this shit. I know you already being creative with this shit. It's just you gotta stop picking and picking and picking and picking to the point of that there's nothing left really for people to grasp onto. So, I tell you the secret, it's shorts. You know what I mean? The secret on YouTube is definitely shorts. But Another thing, like I said, this is more of a deeper trauma aspect for you. Okay, the reason why you feel like sometimes you just can't stick to the same code, the same thing. But how you can kind of benefit from that is like every single time you come up and come on type shit, you have a new idea, new idea, and you just need to put those new ideas in motion. You don't even have to go in with the motherfucking plan if you don't want to. Like that's the thing. Like that's the love of the game, really, truthfully. Confirmation is that you do need to like reset. Okay, reset, restart. I think you should. Not restart in a way where you're like just strip it down to the bare bones of what you wanted to create and like thicken it. Okay, thicken it. Think there's progress in you getting rid of all of the shit that you was depressed in. They just keep talking about that. It's like you were depressed in that moment. You were depressed in that moment. You wasn't feeling yourself. There was like, the aches, the shakes, the anxiety, and they're talking about resetting. Okay, going back and kind of deleting that phase. Not that you're like, not that any of it was bad. It's just like you yourself, you want to present yourself as who you truly are at the core. Like I said, you don't want any more like that mask shit. Because I feel like that mad shit has like put you through like a lot of burnout. Okay. It stems back to trauma, babe. And it's something that you're going to have to work on. It stems back to trauma. It is, they talk about daddy mommy issues big time. It's like, why did they get a fucking say in what you do? Like, why does the insecurities that stem from that situation get a say in what you do? And you kind of got to go back and pull out those roots. Okay, you have to pull out those roots, meaning you have to look at them and examine them a little bit closer and why you might be feeling this way, especially drained from something that you're passionate about. Okay, you're gonna have to pull out the roots and examine that shit. It's like, why are you saying that you can't when you can? Why are you sitting there and second guessing every single mode, every single move, every single situation, like picking it down to the bare bones of it, when you yourself are showing up to the motherfucking table and you yourself are the RP type shit? There should be no picking and picking and picking to the point of no return. Okay. Another thing, they talking about best friends here. They talking about friendship. I don't know if you like your best friend's your mama or whatever the situation may be. They talk about somebody is like your best friend and your worst enemy. And that could be just you too. But they really talk about, I know it's kind of like a bittersweet situation. I don't know. Like, you might have a support in this area. Like I said, is your best friend your mama or whatever the situation may be. But you be really talking to somebody about this endeavor and they want you to kind of hem it up. Okay. It's not because anyone's going to take anything from you. Okay. You already own it. However, I just feel like it's like, I don't think they're meaning to do it. I just feel like whatever the communication errors that happen in this situation, like I said, maybe it's with your mama, it burns you out and puts you down. Okay. And like I said, I don't think they mean to do the shit. But just because they don't mean it, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt you or fuck you up in some type of way. It make you feel drained. And maybe it's like oversharing or something like that. Somebody's oversharing. Somebody's like kind of just draining your energy generally. Or maybe all the negativity that's coming out of this person's life. It doesn't even have to be about you. It is draining you to the point where, like I said, you can't focus. You can't think. You feel like you can't think for yourself. And in a lot of those types of situations, that's where I say shit can in a relationship. But I don't feel like this relationship is totally bad. I just feel like the kind of communication that you're having with this individual has put you in a bad spot. So what you got to do is, kind of recondition yourself to maybe like taking time away or speaking up for yourself and just be like, I'm not in the mood for this right now. I have other things to do. Now, will this person take that to offense? Absolutely and entirely. They will. They will. They see yourself as the best, or they see you as the best friend or the close knit situation. That's how they see you. However, they need to learn boundaries. Okay, no disrespect to them, but they need to fucking learn boundaries because this is putting you in a bad space. It really, truly is. It chips away at you. It just does. Okay, and it's something that you've been sitting on for a long motherfucking time, but it needs to be said. Okay, it needs to be said. Because it's putting you in a space where you're starting to get angry, you're starting to get mad, and you're starting to lose faculties here. No, I'm kidding, not faculties. You're always gonna be intelligent, baby, but you gotta ham it up on this motherfucker. Like you gotta teach somebody how to shut their fucking mouth, and I mean that with respect. Because you trying to be a boss, okay? And what you need is reassurance. You do not need all this drama and extra fucking tidbits on the side. You do not need that. Okay, you just don't. Hey, sugar. What's going on with you, sugar? We don't need the extra 2 cents. Okay. Get feathered. Hopefully that resonated with you. But I kept seeing that motherfucker pop up. There's somebody here that kept popping up. And I'm just, I'm trying to give you some good advice. There's some days where you just don't want to fucking hear the shit, and you gotta shut it the fuck down and be like, I don't want to hear from your mouth right now. Like, I have a lot going on. Like, I gotta take a step back. I don't want to hear about the drama, the trauma, the this and the that. I gotta take a step back from me. Like, you gotta understand, I have to put all of my focus on me. This is by the way, this is the only way you're gonna ever see growth. Okay, on especially in whether it be your romantic life, because that also deters you in the romantic area, especially in communication, but then also in your financials, in your business life. Okay, telling people no, that's important, so important. Telling people this is my boundary. I have to focus on this, so I don't need the extra shit. There's only so much that you can do to detach. I understand that. To detach from them and be like, okay, I gotta get away from this situation, but verbally saying it and be like, I'm not in the mood right now, love. Like, I got a lot of shit to do. It's a lot of shit to handle. You cannot always be people's shoulder. You gotta understand that shit. They need to find another fucking shoulder to cry on. It's no disrespect, but they gotta grow up. They gotta grow up. You're grown enough where I know you can get this shit done. And you're doing it by yourself. So I just want to keep that in mind. It's all you. Frank, you get feathered. And of course. As I drop my shit. I'm gonna try to do a long one. I'm gonna try to stay on for as long as possible until this storm be hitting. I appreciate you too. It's Libra and Gemini, like, so strong in the energy. I almost did a Gemini reading earlier. But then I was like, no. Let me roll back. Let's get on live. And then I'll do one later type shit where I can do a long one. They talk about insomniacs. Okay. Y'all staying up. Some of y'all it's because niggas be playing too much. Others of y'all it's just because like it's a very high energy moment right now in the universe. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I haven't been paying attention to my astrology in a hot minute, and the planets and all that type of shit. It's been a minute. However, I've been feeling this energy as well, and I'm curious as to what it is. But they talk about it being like huge manifestations. Okay, they're talking about like a lot of people sitting up and like almost think of like this is the kind of the vibe that I got or the energy I got is like people blowing out candles. Okay, so manifestation candles, but it also can be birthday candles. Some of y'all it was your birthday or was your birthday type shit recently. But they talk about birthday shit. They talk about like make a wish. Insomnia is a bitch. Yep. They said make a wish. Like something to do with also getting some shit off your mind. Owl, what's going on? Owl, hey girl, what's going on? But he said get some shit off your mind, type shit off your chest. Powerful snowstorm. Oh shit. I'm good. I'm very good actually. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the energy. That's why I'm up on here type shit. Tyler's birthday just passed Sunday. Yeah, they talk about making a wish. Very innocent energy too. Like I said, it's the some of the innocent shit that be keeping us up at night. It's like, will I do better this year? Will I do this? It's awesome Christmas shit. When you write your Christmas list, some of y'all are doing like vision board stuff. Y'all wonder what I'm doing. I'm channeling right now through music. Self-made millionaire. They say, whoa. Some else the crazy dreams. You're like, what the fuck did I just dream about? That shit is crazy. Just putting a picture of my dream house for moving spell. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, KT. Hell yeah. Some of y'all be doing some cooking shit. I can see somebody cooking. You making something good. They say something about like doing home cooked meals or like pre prep or something like that. Like shit, this is the only meal I'm gonna have for a week type shit. Some of y'all are good at cooking though. You can mix it up. You can mix it up. Someone's also burning sage too. It smells really good. It's like super refreshing. Make sure you open the window. Actually, I have incense in here somewhere. And I burned it tonight. It's been the first time in what a year that I burned incense. Chili prawns, rice, and pickled veggies. Yeah, that sounds good, babe. Where did I set mine? There it is. Crispy duck. Damn, girl. The hell? Crispy duck. I'm not actually a duck fan, but that shit sounds good. Yeah, I pick up on the missus. They said it's my body, and I get to choose what I do with this shit. It's my body, and I do what I want to. Yeah, but it's been like a hot minute since I burnt incense. Literally like a year. I had it in practice type shit. See, here's the thing. I had it in practice type shit where I was saging and doing everything type shit. Not that I stopped for any particular reason. It was really just life getting in the way. You know what I mean? But also at the same time, once I started doing it again, I was like, oh yeah, I remember how this feels. It feels good. I like doing that shit. Keeps the vibes, keeps the energy. I like that shit. A little cleansing. All right, that's enough. Because I haven't opened the window. Let's stay right there. Some of y'all feeling like people is extra around you. Like, I feel like people, this could be some copycat energy where some people are like kind of copying your style a little bit, copying your shit. You're like, what the fuck? You're like, okay, do we both need to be wearing the same style of pants and sunglasses? You're like, that. You're starting to get annoyed by the shit. Starting to get annoyed by the fact that people is copying you. It's like, it's not, they're not really, don't pick up on jealousy. It's more like envy, you know what I mean? They're like, I want to be more like you, which is not always a bad thing. Not always a bad thing unless somebody's being suspicious, something's being strange and unusual type shit. Mm-mm. Talking about a lot of different races as well, like super dark skinned folk. I'm talking about Asian people, Latina. Hey, Viddy. What's going on with you, Viddy? How are you, Viddy? What will the one I'm? Hey, cheesecake and kisses. He said, "Will the one I miss come back to me?" Woo. Okay. All right. Death in the upright. Transition. Okay, this person's going through major transitions in their life, major changes. Has something to do with they can't argue like that y'all had something together, that feel like this relationship was heavy for this person, it was hard for this person, they learned a lot through this situation. The fool in the upright. It feel like Seven of Wands opposition. Who's the opposition here? Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so this person is they will not come back to you. Okay, and I feel like this has a lot to do with their own mental struggles. Okay, I feel like they struggle mentally with the idea of coming back because they feel like it's already done, deaded. The communication was already bad. Okay, it's already bad. It was already fucked up. Can you ask for a general? Pick a like specific lane. Pick a specific lane. Okay, so love. What you want? Love, money. What do you want to look for? But yeah, so cheesecake and kisses. It looks like this individual was super stubborn as well. They saw the situation as like, okay, well, it just wasn't the relationship for me. It hurt them significantly. I see humiliation in here too. They feel humiliated. They feel like they like I said, there's something to do with mental health here that's really, really pertinent in this relationship. Like bad mental health, toxic family situation. They had a lot. They had a lot to deal with, and I still feel like they're still dealing. Okay, they're not ready to come back around. If that's what you're asking, they will not come back. Not right now. It's just too pet. It's a lot of petty bullshit. Okay, they will not come back around. Not right now. They're not in the space for it. They're not in the space for really anything, to be honest with you. Seem like they have to work on themselves, but they also kind of refute that they don't want to. They don't want to work on it yet, so you won't see them. Not anytime soon. Talk about like brother sister energy or fighting like cats and dogs, whatever the situation may be. It's gotta go. You know what I mean? They gotta leave the home that they're in right now. Okay, they gotta leave the home that they're in right now. And they still haven't. So no, they will not come back. How is Matt seeing me after I express myself? He's just a friend, not romantic at all. I got you, Viddy. Thank you for clarifying as well. Because sometimes that shit can get mixed up in the mainframe type shit. Even if y'all have never been romantic, some people might have still romantic feelings. You know what I mean? All right. He is gay. I got you. Okay. So, Seven of Cups. Okay. So, I feel like this is the extending the, not necessarily the olive branch, but it's more just opening up more about yourself because you deserve to open up. You deserve to. It's not like you're defensive or defending yourself. I think you're just kind of just being like, okay, I just want to say this because I feel like it'd be important for you to know. Nine of Cups in the upright. Okay, so, you're not the first person. So he feels like y'all are similar. Okay. I almost said you're not the first person to do this to him or say this to him, but he feels like y'all are extremely similar. Okay. And it's a kinship. Okay. It's a kinship. He feels like he's been in the place that you have been before in some type of way. Not that he's comparing it, but he has been in the place that you have been before. So he does get it and he does understand it. Okay. Of course I wish you luck, Cheesecake. Good luck on your journey. So he's definitely been where you have been before, Viddy. Okay. He knows this life. Seven of Wands in the upright. So there's more that like kind of opposition energy. Okay. It's being, I feel like there's something to do with like, there was a creative way to bring this up type shit, and I feel like things kind of went in a strange direction because I feel like you was just trying to, like, you're just trying to connect in a way where you're also acknowledging your own emotions. They talk about self-worth here. Okay, talk about self-worth here. I feel like he felt really good about it. Okay, not heavy-hearted. Didn't feel odd or awkward or anything like that to him. Ten of Wands in the reverse. Interesting. Clarify that for me. Five of Swords in the reverse. He understands it. He has grievances about you. He has grievances about you, and it's mostly it's mostly just about you doing better for yourself. Oftentimes he feels like you overextend yourself and you overstate yourself. What does that mean? Well, it's not that you over talk. It's not that. What is it? What is it that's on his mind about the situation? What is it that's on his mind? Okay. That's not really a clarifier. Okay, I see it. Okay, so he just wishes kind of that you were a little bit nicer to yourself sometimes. I know that might be kind of like a running thing between y'all, but he wishes you were nicer to yourself. Okay. I could see like anger issues here and stuff like that too. I could see some anger issues. Both of y'all have them. Like I said, you guys are so similar. It's kind of scary actually sometimes. Yeah, sound too busy. He doesn't feel any type of way about it. Again, like you guys are so similar that I feel like whatever conversation was had, like it just hit. You know what I mean? It just hit with him. There was no like rejection or there was no like bad feeling about it. Okay, there just wasn't. So if you're curious about that, like there was no bad feeling about it. Like he was just happy to see you. In that there is like little things that he thinks about where I think it's like just he wishes that you, like I said, would take care of yourself a little bit more. And I feel like oftentimes you shit on yourself, and he wishes that you didn't do that. He wishes you didn't shit on yourself as much as you do. He likes to keep things fun and fresh, which I think is a good thing. You guys are so similar. No, really. I would just let you. This is like your soul brother type shit. And I say that, like I said, I don't be talking like that. I never say shit like that. So I'm just like, this motherfucker is so similar to you. It's kind of scary. If you're ever looking for issues and problems within yourself, look at him. Look in the mirror type shit. Y'all can have a very healthy y'all can have a very healthy communication style connection as long as you guys, life choices here like that. I feel like that's gonna be like if we're talking about like future, I want to keep this person in my life for a long time. It's different life choices here that will separate you if, like I said, things don't get corrected. And one thing I see is not necessarily addiction. It's more just lifestyle differences. It's lifestyle differences. Okay, I think one of you gets sick of this living this lifestyle, whatever this may be. Maybe it's like going out drinking or, partying, but there's something to do with addiction here in some degree that one of y'all gets sick of and irritated by. But also you guys still can maintain a friendship regardless of lifestyle differences. Just takes up healthy communication, and if this person's not willing to be healthy and honest, and I think that you'll figure out real motherfucking quick who the other one is, type shit. You guys keep each other corrected as well. There's something to do with like keeping each other correct. You said post-traumatic growth. Okay, like I said, you guys are so similar. It's interesting. Very similar. That's what's going on. Keep it exciting. Okay? Keep it exciting. Keep it fun. There's gonna be times where I feel like both of you are going through something emotionally, mentally. If it ever gets too taxing, then what you need to do is give yourself some time and space away from the situation. I know what I mean. Like, you living your own life, he's living his life. That's what they say. Make sure you take space. Like I said, it's two different lifestyles. If you're asking for help in some type of way, he would do it in a heartbeat. He would do it in a heartbeat. If you're like hesitating, you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't ask this. You should. Because he's just going to be straight up front and honest with you. Cherry in the upright. I like the energy, though. I do. That's what's going on, Viddy. I'm the one who gets irritated by the partying lifestyle. That's where you guys have different strokes for different folks, right? Different strokes for different folks, and that's exactly where you can have your different, little side thing type shit. You have maybe other friends or whatever the situation may be, and even if you don't, you have fun by yourself, and I know you do. If you ever need him in some type of way and you're like, shit, like I need you now type shit, this is kind of weird that, like, where your self-sufficiency kind of comes in handy, because I feel like oftentimes you don't ask for people for help or very much at all, but when you do ask something of them, I feel like they take it very seriously, and I feel like he does take it very seriously, because it's, like I said, it's so rare. You're not going to ask somebody to, like, lift up their whole life for you necessarily, unless it starts intruding on yours. And that's kind of the boundary that needs to just be set between both of y'all, right? It's like, okay, we're not going to go out and party. Maybe occasionally, like, we'll go out and have fun, but it's not going to be all the time, every single time, There has to be some sort of respect there for each other's boundaries of, like, okay, he's living this lifestyle, sure. Can you handle just kind of having a little bit more distance? And especially when, like I said, when you feel like it's starting to encroach on your life and getting too heavy or hard, you just take space. And y'all always come back around. Nobody needs to be judging each other's lifestyle is basically kind of what I'm saying. Hi, AK. I'm confused on the part where he felt not to shit on yourself too much. Maybe it's just the fact that he feel like you're too hard on yourself to the extent to where he can't have fun with you. That could be the situation. However, in his perception, I think that it is just a matter of, like, you think how he views it, right? How he views your adulting, okay? And it's just a difference in lifestyle. Again, maybe he's just a little bit judgy on that different lifestyle, where he feel like you're hard on yourself in some type of way, or too hard on yourself in some type of way. That's what I mean by shitting on yourself.
But I think it's just the difference in lifestyle that kind of confuses him a little bit, or makes him feel to some degree like you are being hard on yourself and that you just need to let loose. And there's a healthy amount of that you can have. You know what I mean? But, you know, as long as he respects your boundaries and it's not something that he's like, okay, well, you know, why don't you just shut the fuck up about your problems and go out and have a drink with me type shit. As long as it's nothing like that. As long as it stays in a thing where you guys can be civil. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead and ask a question. And yes, I am still accepting questions. I never seen AK and I never seen Capriana, so go ahead and post your questions. That's interesting. I think it's because I called him out and how he gossips about other people, and I think it's lame. That is fucking lame. It is stupid and it is just petty. You know what I mean? It's petty bullshit. He at least around you. You know what I mean? As long as if he's talking shit with other people, cool. But you're not those other people. Like I said, it just needs to be respected. He said TJ's thoughts and feelings for you. TJ's thoughts and feelings for you. Okay, let me not mess with this mic. Get this out of my way. Let me switch decks as well. Let's do this one. His thoughts and feelings for you. Okay, so he's anxious about. So there's something that he's anxious to talk about or express to you. I feel like this is like it's strange, man. It sounds some open relationship shit. Okay. It sounds some open relationship shit, okay? It is a very uncomfortable situation he's in. I pick up on an addict, man. Like this individual is TJ is not all right. Okay. He's a player, okay? I don't know why I got the love after lockup card, but most definitely he is a player. Okay, like he wants. We are friends currently. Okay, are you looking for a romantic relationship? Because from what I see, his lifestyle is crazy. Okay, his lifestyle is insane. Always in some type of petty drama. Always in some type of petty drama. Yeah. What is it that you're wanting to know about him? Because his life is wild. It'd be good if you give some clarity about this one. So you said you're in a friendship with him. What is it? You said how does he feel about you? Your business partner, in some degree. He is a female. Okay, my bad. Skip out on that. If he's a female type shit, or they're a female, they're a female. So just regard it as a female. Regard it as a female then. Same difference, like I said. Doesn't change the reading. She contacted me yesterday out of nowhere. Business partner. Let's see what else does she have going on. We weren't. I guess we weren't talking for about 1 to 2 months. Depression. Okay, so this is a lot of information. Okay, let me start from the beginning. What we have here is somebody who is, I feel like, very, very depressed. Okay. I do feel like this individual is kind of like looking for support or some sort of healthy communication on the outside. Whether y'all are friends or whatever the situation may be, I feel like they are just wanting some sort of a rejuvenation or they want some sort of connection that can help them grow from what they're dealing with right now within their romantic space. Okay. I pick up on a her now like I said, I can see her being like very hurt over whatever the situation may be, very hurt over the distance between y'all. And I feel like it is so much emotional support. Yes. However, it's more complicated than that. It's more complicated than that. Okay. It's more complicated than that. I would not be shocked if this individual was romantically interested in you. Okay? And I do not say this lightly. It is all over this reading. It is so much shit. I mean, like I said, this is not something where one reading I feel like can cure this situation or cure your curiosity out of this person. Just letting you know that this person is in an open or polyamorous type of vibe, and they are definitely interested in you, meaning their sexuality. You know, they're bisexual, or yeah, I would say they're bisexual. There are somebody who is looking for some sort of romantic connection as well as an emotional connection. Okay, so that's what they're looking for. Now, getting closer to this person, what you're going to realize is that they have a very, very wild lifestyle. It is not something for the light of heart. It is not something where you're going to want to be best friends with this individual. It just, to me, it feels like this individual has such a depressed and emotionally obsessive personality that you're going to want to detach from them almost immediately. You mean bang bang? Yes, I mean bang bang. They talk about toxic friendships all over this person. It feels like every single person that they get into a friendship with, they want some sort of a romantic relationship with that individual. Like I said, I believe that they're bisexual. They have it, like I said, an open relationship currently right now going on with a Scorpio or a water sign. It is a lot. It is so much. It is so much. So if you thought this person was coming towards you for like a business mind or business opportunity, that is not it. Okay, that is not it. They want a emotionally romantic connection or emotionally romantic relationship. They don't get that from the person they're with now. I'm a Scorpio too. Well, I mean, good fucking luck. Good luck. Very crazy. I mean, like I said, there's no way that I could get through this in one fucking reading. It is insane. It is insane. Report back once you know. I don't know if you're gonna continue communicating with this individual. Report back though about this situation, because they will get into it. They're gonna talk about their trauma and their drama and all that shit that's going on. I see that happening. They're gonna message you and they're gonna be like, "Let's be friends," type shit. Like, let's continue to talk. Let's talk all the time. It's gonna gravitate towards that. It is just insanity. It is insanity. It is way too much. Again, they want a relation. They want to fuck. They want to fuck. They want an emotional connection as well. They're in an open relationship. They're already with somebody. Please let me know how this goes. I'm interested in knowing. Come back around. Come back around. This is crazy. This is insane. Yeah, very unhealthy communicator as well. So good luck with that. She is wild. She is wild. Good luck. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying anything. All right, Izzy. He said, "What's coming in for love, past, new, or both? Thank you." Jesus Christ, AK. Though she looks pretty, I mean, you want to deal with that though? You want to deal with all that? If you was just playing around, I would say yeah. But if you was just playing around, I would say yeah. But I feel like you're wanting to meet somebody
that is a little bit more serious, okay, than this individual. You're wanting to meet somebody new. Okay. I see that. So don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare put yourself in that situation. Talk. Peep in on it. Peep in on it. See how it goes type shit. But don't you dare. That is a crazy motherfucker. I was just kidding. I'm already in a relationship. Stay back. Stay back. All right, Capriana, you said Malik. Thoughts and feelings of you. Stay back. Malik, thoughts and feelings of you. I feel you. I feel you, AK. So, with you, Capriana, I feel like Malik has a hard time opening up. The so Malik bases a lot of his former experience in relationships into this relationship. For whatever reason, I think he reflects on his exes quite a bit. Okay, this is somebody who reflects on their exes quite a bit. It's hard for him to focus. It's hard for him to be like, okay, yeah, this is what I want from our relationship, or this is what I want from you, where he truly just doesn't even know. Like he really truly does not know what he wants. Like that's a scary thing. Okay, that's a really scary thing, Capriana, because you know what you want. You know what I mean? It's hard for him, man. It's hard. I can see his life. I can see that he's been through it. Naturally, I can see some insecurity here as well. I can see he feels like you have... Again, he compares you a lot to exes. It's y'all's communication differences and communication styles. You're still learning each other. Okay, that's what they say. Regardless of whether y'all been around each other or been with each other before, you're still learning each other. You guys have like walls up on walls up and walls up on walls up. Like, and I feel like anytime you get closer and closer type shit, another wall comes up. Yeah, Malik is deeply insecure with himself. It's them daddy issues. You feel like you can be gentle and kind sometimes. Makes him feel like you are the right person potentially to build a family, Capriano. Again, the trauma. Like I said, every single time y'all hit a bump, there's a reaction, or even if y'all haven't gotten even that deep in yet, like there's gonna be this reaction that you recognize from him that is gonna be a repetitive thing throughout y'all's situation or relationship, if it hasn't already happened yet, because they haven't really clarified where the situation is at, just because it's so scattered though. There's this reaction that triggers your trauma as well, and maybe that is just like the abandonment, the walking away, or feeling like somebody's gonna walk away. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot to heal this communication. It's gonna take a lot of work on both sides. You talk about sexual tension here as well with Malik. Both of you are coming from broken families. Okay. So
Capriana, I'm not really sure what you was really expecting, but this is exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, it's complicated. It's so complicated with this individual. Malik doesn't sit here and think like, oh yeah, I love her. Like this, oh my God, I'm gonna put in the work. I'm gonna do this. I mean, he thinks 30 steps ahead because he already perceives that he's going to be hurt in some type of way. So he thinks 30 steps ahead and withdraws himself so much so that you can't really get a fucking firm read on him, right? Because he's already in that phase of distancing himself from you, right? That's what it is. So, as sexual as it could be, as like sweet sometimes it could be, he still doesn't know what he wants. That's a problem. That's a problem. He still doesn't know what he wants. This is what we call lost in the sauce. Okay? A little lost in the sauce. First person he's been vulnerable with, so I'm trying to be patient. Understand. Okay. So, interesting. You know what I mean? I feel like, Capriana, have you hit the stage yet where you have been able to be vulnerable with him? Because I feel like you do a lot of... So, this was also something that I saw too. And you say Capriana. Okay. Is this something that you are very quickly able to make people feel comfortable, but you are the one maybe potentially that likes to distance yourself? Because it could go both ways, but one of you doesn't like... One of you has such a strong... what is it? People fixing skill. Okay? One of you has a people fixing skill. It is just easy for you to get to people to open up. All right. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Planned a beautiful birthday gathering for me over the weekend, but he said he never did this for anybody else. Okay. Yeah. That's beautiful. For you, action is important. For you, action is important. I'm just letting you know. Walls are up on both sides. Okay? Walls are up on both sides. It's going to take so much work. I mean, communication on communication. Meaning when there's misunderstandings, nobody can run or walk away. Well, yes, you can still walk away and give yourself space to think, right? But in order to not trigger each other immediately right out the gate, it's going to take those listening ears on both sides. Malik struggles with that quite a bit, okay? I'm just letting you know that that's kind of going to be the situation moving forward. Now, you can be like, okay, well, I'll give it kind of a benefit of the doubt situation because, like I say, you guys are both coming from a very hard and rough past with all relationships in your life. So I would give it some time. Right, for the first time, I tried to go outside to get away from everybody. Yeah. Just try your best to also remember that you matter in the relationship as well. So, like, as you're becoming the supportive figure for him, as he is showing these actions, these great actions that feel good, I really want you to remember that you matter in this situation as well. Like I said, actions are great, but the emotional side is kind of what I'm worrying about, okay? It's the emotional side. It's the things of, like, are you really hearing each other? Okay? That's what I'm worried about a little bit. Are you truly hearing each other? All right. As long as it's going well right now, just give it a chance. Give it some time. And then come back around and see how he feels. Because like I said, he's still uncertain. So with uncertainty, it is a little scary. But also at the same time, it's because you have to give time for it to develop. To become something special. Okay? You can't fix it, is what I want to let you know. However, sometimes we go through some things, and you can have conversations that make him feel validated, that make him feel heard, that'll make him feel trusting of you. But both of you deal with trust issues. You can kind of see how that might coincide with some arguments. That might also put some pressure on both sides to be like, okay, shit. Like, now we looking at each other like spies, like CIA agents type shit. Like, who is this woman? Who is this man? That's what's going on. Okay? Easy. Let me hit you. So just be careful, Capriana. Take things at your own speed. Always come back, like, especially if you have these moments, like when you finally get some time alone, come back and think about how you feel. You know, I want you to go back in and be like, okay, let me go internal and let me think about some of these feelings that came up during these certain moments. Let me actually like kind of dive in about this individual before I just fully like open up and let loose. Like, what is it that I want from this man? Essentially, what type of reassurance that I need? Because it's not just all hugs and kisses and birthdays, and you know that. I know that you know that. So Izzy, you're wondering if anything is coming back from the past, present, future. Let's see what's going on with Izzy. What's coming out for Izzy? Okay, sexual relations. So some sexual relationships are coming out. This is going to be new and old. They just talk about sexual relations. So on again, off again relationship. They talk about sexual relations coming around. Okay. This year, I think you're going to be really focused on self-building. Okay, self-building. I know that what you want at the end of the day is a stable partner. However, I feel like you're going to really have to look for that individual. They talk about stop cheating yourself with like cute little side things type shit. Because it's side things. You know what I mean? These are people that you know are not serious about you in any term, right? And sometimes being stuck in those types of situations can give you kind of an unhealthy outlook on what a relationship or romantic situation could actually be. Yeah. They said just be weary of like kind of how you're spending your energy with these folks, because they talk about there being a kind of a burnout situation potentially once you do kind of accept the same type of person over and over again when they're only there for sex. Like, they just said be careful to burn out of those situations. I do strongly feel like 2026 is more of a single year for you. I don't see you being in a firm connection. I just see there are a lot of people coming towards you for that, like, they said careful the babies or potential pregnancy. Be careful. Jesus. Jesus. Be careful pregnancy. They say there could be potential there. You do not want that. But they say you're taking care of yourself, which is really good. Yeah, you're taking care of yourself. I think that's the main thing. And then when you ready to be like, okay, I'm getting serious type shit, I think disconnecting from the niggas of the past is going to be super important. I cannot get pregnant. Good, Izzy. Good. They just talk about niggas wanting to nut in you, which, hey, cup of tea. So there's someone's cup of tea up in this bitch. They want to go raw. Somebody's cup of tea. Just be careful. Just be careful. But when you are ready to be like, okay, I want to jump back into a relationship mode, then you got to separate yourself from all the pack. Because they're going to be following you around the damn street type shit. They're going to be lining up on the fucking block type shit. Rounding the corner. Jesus Christ. It's a lot of sex. It's sexual energy. Yeah, they said fertile myrtle. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Y'all coming in with some crazy ass energy. People want to be all up in you, all up in your space, all up in your place. None of these are like relationship material individuals, though. Until you switch that mindset, Izzy. You gotta switch that mindset. Like, okay, I can do it all by myself. Yeah, you can. Great. But don't you want, kind of like somebody that you can like ride with type shit? Ride or die with? And if you want that, then the other niggas gotta stop. You gotta cut them motherfuckers out. To get your mind into the perspective that you ready for something real. Emily, and then Kate. Yeah, I'll get you. Emily. Let's see. Love life. The sun. You have a lot of love to give, they said. But then the reverse. Unsatisfying endings. Queen of Cups in the upright. King of Swords in the reverse. Why is no one taking me seriously? So the opposite problem. Why are they not taking me seriously, or why are they so childish is really what I think it is. It's like, why are they so childish, or why is there always childish energy coming towards me? Man, it's one of those situations where, like, why would I fight for something that is just so fucked up, or maybe not fucked up, when I know that the person is not into me? So you're single now, but it does feel like you're looking for somebody who can be not only your lover, but also your best friend, somebody who can confide in and talk to. How is that going to look for 2026? You're not afraid of anybody either. You're not afraid of telling people how you feel. Okay? That's super important. That is very, very, very important, because I feel like you've come a very long way in that. Okay, Emily? You've come a very long way in that. Where you're not going to sit for the childish games. Like, yeah, I think you've also been trying to manifest the type of partner that you want, specifically. Yeah, and you're like, well, I hope they're out there. They are. Okay, they are. People of similar mindsets are out there for you. Also, there's something to do with like being too much in some degree. Like, you think maybe your expectations are too high, or they're too much to some degree, where like maybe just people can't meet them. But that's not true either. That's not true either. Okay, you're not putting expectations up so that nobody can come in. You're putting expectations down so that people know what you're about. And I think that's super important for you as well. It's defining what type of relationship that you're looking for and who you're not looking for as well. And also calling people out is a part of that too. Yeah, calling people out is a part of that too. So you're not doing anything wrong by looking for just a specific type of person. People will get offended by that. Like, I see that too. Some people will get offended by that because you know what you want and they don't. And I feel like that's actually a process that they envy. They envy that. So I see water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio coming in for you. I also see, let's see, an earth sign as well. Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo. I feel like a Virgo potentially. Somebody with strong water in their chart. Or vice versa. It could be strong earth and then they're a water sign. But it's interesting because I feel like both individuals, there's two people that I feel like may be wanting to approach you for a relationship. However, you're just kind of just like, I don't want just a physical relationship. Like, yes, that's important,
to our dynamic, but I want emotional security as well. Like they talk about sapiosexuality, which is like I want somebody who's intelligent enough for me, with me, to have a conversation. And to be deep in a way that I feel like it's more than just like emotional, but also like philosophical on some shit. Like I said, you enjoy deep thinking, deep thoughts, deep communication. And there's two potentials here for you this year. And then who else did I see? KT. It's KT. Ask for a message from Ross, please. Let's see. I kind of want to use my other deck for this, my Oracle deck. Let me use the Oracle deck for that. And then I also have that Door deck that I like. Let me use that one too. Let me make sure this doesn't get in the way. Alright, let's use this Door deck. And then I'm gonna get some more coffee, y'all. So Miss KT. Okay, they talk about new life expectations, or no, maybe that's not right. It's like something about a new life, starting anew. Like you felt like you've been in the passenger seat for a really long time now, KT. You're like, well, they just been putting me through this and that, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, what I want is to hit a point to where I can actually be in control. Okay, that's what they're talking about. So Roz is talking about your heart. Yeah, there's talk about love here. They're talking about your heart. They're talking about being able to open up and share the things that you're thankful for and grateful for. They're talking about the, loss here. They're talking about loss. You're not finished. You are not done yet. Dig deeper and deeper, and the best is to come. Hold on. So they're telling you to hold on. Hold on tight. Don't hold yourself back from worldly freedom. Dream grand things for divine and sacred reasons. So manifest, okay? Manifest. I also have this other deck that I wanted to use for you real quick. Again, there's that Pisces energy, which is like dreaming of this person or dreaming. Talk about dreaming. Let me hit that crow deck real quick. Let's see. Or did I set that one right up here? Let's see. It's KT. I'm curious. Let's get 3 cards. One, self-interest, influence, and preparation. Preparation to leave is what I feel like. And commitment. Wait, hold on. Let me reshuffle that. See if that card comes out again. Direction. Okay. Abundance. All right. First card is self-interest. Let me read this out for you. I feel like these messages are important. So, they said self-interest indicates that you may be looking out only for yourself, and as a result, others will be impacted. On the flip side, be aware of the actions taken by those around you, as someone may be trying to come in and take more than their fair share. Being selfish isn't always bad. Sometimes we need to focus on our wants and needs. Depending on your situation, self-interest may indicate that you are in need of some pampering or that it is time for you to put your needs above others. For example, your dream job may require a move or a shift in lifestyle. You may need to weigh the impact taking this job will have on those around you. And in the short term, you may be perceived as selfish, but in long term, your decision may benefit all those involved. Next card is influence. Influence brings to your awareness that decisions that you may not have made if it weren't for the outside force leading the way. Like a Pied Piper leading the way with an intoxicating music, you may be caught in another spell. A situation where it be current from the past or near from the future may be a result of someone's charm or talent at swaying people. When influence appears, consider taking a moment to examine if you have been swayed into making a decision that you may not have made if the situation were different. For example, a salesperson may influence your decision to buy something you can't afford if they know the right way to manipulate. 37, preparation. So they talk about getting all your ducks in a row, or in this case, clams, so that you can achieve the most beneficial outcome. So getting and preparing for a move is what I really feel like it is. Direction. Okay. Direction is a call for you to find your North Star, your point on the map that represents your big goal in the destination no roadside attraction can lure you away from. When you know exactly where you are going, you will be able to stay focused. You will be able to recognize when an opportunity is nothing more than a tempting diversion from your goal. When you pull the direction card, take time to check to see if you where you are going. See if you know where you are going. Do you see your path before you? And then 1, abundance. That's the very first card in the deck. I rarely ever get actually this particular card, so let's see what this says. Abundance brings a reminder that there is a place where you too will find a myriad of possibilities. Focus your energy and attention on not what you lack, but what is out there waiting for you. Let your intuition be your guide. Abundance may appear if you need a reminder that you from your current position might not see what is out there waiting for you. Of course, most of the time this card represents a positive outcome. However, these crows can be very cheeky, meaning could be very well indicate an abundance of something less favorable, such as an abundance of water in your basement. Ooh. So this is the card for abundance. They're really what they're focused on is you kind of preparing your mind and your brain for a new space. I know that's something that you've been trying to do for a while because you're just trying to upkeep this one until you hit that space to where you can be like, okay, yeah, now we're ready to go. However, they really focus on this idea that like instead of you need to release the you being over prepared, okay? So I feel like you're over preparing or you're overthinking a lot, and that's kind of preventing you from seeing what's right in front of you. Is really what I feel like it is. Okay, like you should be excited about this. I know you're doing it alone. I know it's hard. Like and Roz is even kind of looking at the situation and being like, you can only go so far before you fall flat because you're draining yourself or you're putting yourself in a situation to where you're beginning to kind of crumble, right? They talk about the drama and the bullshit on the outside of you. Obviously, that's something that you're not trying to be worried about, and that's exactly why you cut it off, which is a really good start. But they said new home as well, so that's on the horizon. New housing situation, new home is on the horizon. Okay, yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. There's a new home on the horizon, or there's something new here for you. They do talk about new business opportunity as well, new job opportunity, whatever the situation may be, or for new financial situation. Yeah, burnout. That's what they're saying. You gotta not burn yourself out, huh? You have to think of like the healthy and positive. Like think when you look ahead, it doesn't have to be so stressful. Is basically what they're saying. Because you got to be strong enough when you get there to make the most of the situation, regardless of what it may be. Okay? Because it's going to be new. It's regardless of whether it's better or not from your current situation, you just have to realize the mindset is kind of what dictates that situation. Okay? The mindset. Because if you go in burn out and you decide, okay, let me make a fucking quick, hasty ass decision, you're not gonna like the answer that you're met with. Hasty because I want to get out of here type of situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're not running out of time either. That's what they said. You're not running out of time. You'll be fine. You will be. You will be. Trust and believe that you will be. Okay? You will be fine. I promise you. I promise. All right, I'm going to go get some coffee, y'all, just real quick. Go grab my coffee and I'll be right back around. Thank you, Miss KT. I appreciate your energy every time. Appreciate you every time. Love your energy. All right, yeah, let me set this up. Here we go.
All right, y'all. I changed out my contact lenses. Change out my contact lenses. I have one of the cats in here. And I lit a couple of candles. Haven't done that in a minute either. I also got some different cards. Yeah, I am so rough with these motherfuckers. They all bent and shit. Hold on. Come on, get in the box. Alright, get back in. Let's get these ones out. I haven't had these in a minute. The Hoodoo Tarot deck. This is two of them together, by the way. Looks like a lot of type shit, but this is, I believe, two of them together. Am I wrong? No, this might just be one. This might be the newer one, because one of the ones that I had fucking torn, got all tore up and shit. War torn. Got fucking war torn. That was the first day that it was like was my favorite. That shit was my favorite. Now my cat is wanting attention. Stubby, please don't do this now. Don't do this now. Don't do it. Maybe I should pick her up. What you want to do, girl? What you want? What you want? All right, I'll pick her up. Hold up. Stubby, come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, shit. Well, girl. Either you want to be picked up or you don't. That princess syndrome. She got a sickness. She got an illness. She's spoiled as shit. Oh, hold on. Now she wants to go out. Hold on. Let me put up this screen. Oh, shit. This cat. Go ahead. Go ahead. You know I'm doing tarot, girl. Keep the peace. All right, yo. Y'all ain't got nothing to be afraid of. Y'all pop through, pop off. Say what you gotta say. I'm here, type shit. I'm staying here today afternoon, type shit. I want to be on for mad long, like I was last time. If we can't hit 5 hours, if we can't hit 5 hours, 5 fucking hours, cause I will have a whole on, full on conversation with myself. Nah, like I said, I keep the music on. We keep it pushing. Some people feel like you're in mental hell, mental captivity, holding yourself hostage type shit. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good song. Lori, good morning. How are you? How are you feeling? Good morning. How are you this morning? Energized. I'm feeling good. We're about to get a snowstorm in that, but I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm waiting for people to pop through, vibe out type shit. I know that's more than likely gonna be at like 12, but I plan on staying. And also, wait, thank you for asking, but I plan on staying maybe until like 1. I want to try to go there long type shit because I love the long streams. Love the long streams. Alright, we got some cards to fill out anyways. Supposed to have a little bit of snow later in the day, but nothing too exciting yet. We're supposed to have a little storm. It's been below zero recently. This supposed to be like that this whole week. Let's shuffle out everything. Get a little energy. Get a little energy. Arctic vortex is a bit frigid. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Just a little fucking cold. I do have my window open and all that, so if it get cold in here, we cool. But I gotta let the incense out. Otherwise, it gets too suffocating in this bitch. I don't feel like choking and coughing over this shit. Oh, there's a blank card. So I'm trying to get these all filled out. I know they're just kind of hitting throughout here. There it is. Never mind. Okay, that one's filled though. The predicted high for Saturday is -1. It was -5 last night for us, but I think our predicted high, let's see, I think it's on Friday. It's supposed to be 0. And then our low is supposed to be like -5 or something like that. They say it's one of the coldest since 19 something. 1940 something or 70 something. I don't remember. But they said something like that, and I was like, listen. It used to be a lot colder, to be honest with you. It did. There it is. Got some blanks that we're going to fill out. There's another blank. They flock together. There's another one. If y'all wondering what I'm doing, I'm filling out different cards that I haven't filled out yet. With kind of like just I like doing like keywords and stuff like that. Like doing the keywords. I do a lot of channeling through music. Sometimes I put down a song or something like that. Some risk taking behaviors, yo. Taking risk taking behaviors. Some of you are like, okay, fuck it. I don't really give a fuck what anybody else thinks no more. He liberated. Hey Bradley, what's going on with you? So what do I need to hear most today? What do you need to hear most today? Let's pull you a card for that. Let's see. Bradley, what do you need to hear most today? We're using the Hoodoo Tarot deck. Let's do one more. Ace of Baskets and Eight of Coins. Okay, so Bradley, they're talking about creative endeavors. If not it's some form of creativity. I feel that so strongly. Okay, it's something you forgot how to do, or it's something that you're forgetting these days, or maybe you just don't have time for it type situation. Maybe you feel like you don't have time for it, or maybe you feel like it's just something you do in your free time as a hobby. Whatever the situation may be, they're talking about it being a pretty creative endeavor. They're talking about you diving back into that creative endeavor. They're talking about how sometimes you get a little restless with yourself. You feel like it could be more than what it is, type shit. Like they just talk about like it could be more. You know what I mean? There could be something here. That's what they said. There could be something like, but you really gotta commit to it and stop falling off of it and second guessing yourself and asking, "Am I enough? Like, am I really enough? Can I really do this?" You absolutely fucking can. You just sometimes it's like it takes a lot for you to follow through on something, especially when you don't see anything growing from it. You're just like, well, damn, like what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? But also at the same time, I feel like that's toxic mindset that doesn't necessarily fully come from you. It also comes from the people that are around you. Okay, it's a toxic mindset for those around you. As you focus way too much on other people's experiences within this whatever this creative bubble is. Okay, you focus way too much on other people's experiences instead of just your own. Like your own perspective on it is completely different, right? It's raw, it's new, it's something that I feel like it could be a staple piece, but you gotta follow through on that shit. You gotta stop letting other individuals get in your head, even if it's like you might not even be talking to anybody that's getting in your head type shit. You might just be looking and thinking, well, like this situation is gonna get in my way. You make a lot of excuses, but you're so good that they say, why the fuck not? Yeah, they say you could put yourself up in that place to where like you have the fucking gumption. I never fucking use that word in my life. All right, just like you definitely have the gumption, right? They also talk about like potentially teaching others with this. Like there's something to be learned from this creative gift that you have. They said that mother coins, the more you sleep on it, the more you sit there and you're like, yeah, let me just relax. Like, let me just hang out. Like, yeah, money can be made off this situation. They also say that this might be how you end up attracting a similar minded individual. Okay, this is what will attract them to you, or what has attracted them to you. So they're talking about attracting a similar minded individual. It's either that like capable mate type shit, capable mate type shit, like you see in them fucking Animal Kingdom videos and shit. That's what they say. You have enough time on your hands. Why don't you fucking get back to it? I need to get off my. That's exactly what they're saying. Like this is how it is, right? Like you hit a phase of potential burnout, but it really is all up here. Like it's a mental game with you. You like to play mental gymnastics far too much, Bradley.
You like to play the gymnastics too much, and then you get to a point to where you burn your own damn self out. You like to put yourself in a place to where you can't even like what you're doing. So they're saying you gotta stop with that shit and get right back into it, because you could be like, whether you want to make money off it or not, it's it's there. It really is. Like, you got the gift, so use that shit, Bradley. Miss Bradley, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Why you doing this? Why you doing this? Like, well, damn. Like, I don't know. There's just so many issues. There's this, there's that. Baby, those are just your insecurities talking. That's the anxiety and the fear. You know what I mean? That's the insecurities. That has nothing to do with how good you are at what you do. You are so good, and I will remind you that I am proud of you. Okay? I will remind you I am proud of you for how far you have gotten in your confidence, right? Because I can see where the breakdown happened. I can see the past of how and why you have this mental breakdown, this mental low. Obviously, I don't want to air everything out, but at the end of the day, I can see that. So, just letting you know, I'm very proud of you, and you need to keep going with it, though. Don't give up and be like, oh, man, like, it's just too much. It's so hard. You got this shit. I know you do. Shit. You gonna be out here taking everybody motherfucking creative spark type shit. Like, everyone go base their shit off of yours type shit. Yeah, but people copy pasta your shit. It's gonna piss you off type shit. But once you focus, great things. Beautiful things. Beautiful things. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. That was probably pretty fucking loud. Oh, and that was probably pretty fucking loud. I hope you have a good day too, Bradley. I appreciate you. Thank you for popping through. Damn, I saw another blank card. I gotta feel.
That's good. So oh, there's no one. There's sure, Britt. Britt, what's going on with you? What type of reading? Pick a specific topic or a specific question for me, please. I don't think I see you around here, so go ahead, shoot your shot. Let's see what's going on with you. Oh shit. Go ahead and ask your question, Britt. What can I expect between now and the end of February? Okay. Okay. The jig is up. What did you figure out? So you start to figure out more information. on who you dealing with. New adventures come with an immediate change. Okay. So yeah, you start to figure out who the person you dealing with really is. You know, this could be, like I said, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could also be friendship. You know, like I said, pick your poison. When you hear something that sounds familiar, I want you to hold that. You know what I mean? Just keep it in the back of your mind, type shit. That this is the situation. They do talk about a uh, potential romantic connection. You know, could be something that you're still chewing on. Okay, so there's immaturity here. Okay, there's immaturity here. I can see you here trying to heal yourself. I feel like you kind of see the bigger picture of a lot of different situations. You like to pick people's brains, pick people's minds, and I feel like this person or this situation, this problem in your life is like just it's endless. It's an endless game with this individual. Okay, and feel like in February, and I feel like this is gonna be like mid February, you're gonna definitely start hitting this bump where you're like, this motherfucker is so toxic and so screwed up. Like, what am I doing? That's gonna be the situation. Okay, um, you know, like could be an Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo. But like I said, there's something here to do with your mental and your emotional state being affected by this individual. I also see something to do with strange, weird friendships, or like I said, potential in meeting somebody new. But you're gonna have to stop with whatever this past situation is, okay, in order for that to happen. I feel like you're opening up to the idea that like this is too much the same shit, too much the same drama. Okay. Yeah, they said February is interesting because I feel like you finally kind of get the bump that you need in order to just be like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm not gonna keep fucking with you. I'm not gonna keep dealing with you, whether it's something serious or not. Like, definitely somebody comes in and is trying to drain you. I feel like they're looking for a temporary situationship. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm with you. I love you. I do this. I do that. But I feel like that doesn't show necessarily through their actions at all. Strong incompatibility. Yeah, they just say it's a temporary situationship. Like, this person ain't never gonna commit to you. Hence why you're still sitting here and thinking about it. You're like, damn, like this is crazy. February. I also see. Let me see. Let me turn one more card. Something to do with parents here, or being parents, or being better parents is coming up here. There's something to do with parents here. Being better parents, or better than the parents that you dealt with, or trying to just separate yourself from a toxic situation because you know the outcome. You seen the outcome. It's a same shit, different day, different person type shit, and you just know that, like you feel that. Something to do with toxic friendships as well. Maybe going like a, I don't know if I don't know. I don't think this is a trip. It could be potentially, but I don't think so. Maybe you are like, nah, I'm not even gonna go nowhere. Like, I don't feel like going out. I don't feel like doing that shit. Like, yeah, there's something to do with toxic friendships here as well coming up in February, and you've been knowing. Like I say, I keep seeing you been knowing that these situations are toxic and that you need to walk away from them if you haven't already. You been knowing. It's hard for you to understand why somebody would keep fucking with you like this, but you don't have to understand from their perspective. Like, you just gotta know that you're being played with. You just gotta know that you're being played with. You just gotta be aware of it and aware of what you need to do. Yeah, you need to take it seriously because it is affecting you. Okay? You need to take it seriously because it is and will affect you. Okay? So that's what's going on in February. It's mostly focused on whoever this individual is that you're dealing with. Could be multiple, but I feel like I said, in the end, I see you end up choosing yourself. Yeah. Sickness. What
What is this? Mom? You talking about parents here, mom and dad, or some sort of parental situation here. They talk about this person getting their energy back, or whatever, whoever this parent is. Talk about a parental here. Getting some energy back. Or maybe coming in even with too much energy. Like, what the hell? Toxic family situation. There it is. There it is. Terrible communication, or communication that still needs a lot of fucking work. It's hard. I understand that it's hard. I can see that you're like, how do I make boundaries with people that don't accept boundaries? They don't respect them at all. I could see you struggling with that. But if they don't respect them, then you have to know the next step, of course, is making distance, taking distance. Just being aware of your surroundings is really what February is going to be about for you. Being aware of your surroundings, being aware of the fact that you have the power to say no or walk away or distance yourself and make space for yourself and consider yourself. Consider your fucking feelings. Okay, consider your feelings. You're like, well, no, I'm just overthinking. You're not overthinking. Like I said, your feelings are very valid. You know, it's time to start having those hard conversations about, like, yeah, y'all need to get the fuck up out of my energy and stop with that shit. It's ridiculous. And then doing what you have to do, self-care. That's what they say. So that's what's going on with you, Brit. That's what's going on with you. That is what's going on with you. Yes, they said do the best you can with what you got. And you know you got you at the end of the day, so. Boost of confidence as well at the end of February. Huge boost of confidence. It mostly comes from the adrenaline. Okay. What's your sign, Britt? What's your sign? I sense some stank in there. Yeah, by stank, I'm not trying to say you stank or anything. I'm just saying, like, I sense some oomph in there, some grit in there. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. Okay, that's why I'm picking it up. You definitely have some grit in there. You got some grit. I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I think it puts people into, like, I think you oftentimes you make people think about the bad things that they gonna, potentially do type shit. Or you make people think about it's like repercussions to their actions. Oftentimes you're always reminding people like don't fuck with me type shit. And I feel like that does come off like you just do not fuck with me. And I think oftentimes like sometimes when your intuition is that high type shit, when you can sense or feel when somebody's fucking around in your energy, you just gotta trust your gut. Like that you have to trust your gut. You can't, you move, you think what you're dealing with oftentimes, in fact, too often is like trust issues. Like it's just your trust issues acting up. But sometimes it's not. Okay, there's a such thing as an intuition. Yeah, you have to, sometimes relieve your stomach on certain things. Just for your, like, sometimes you have to just trust yourself. You know what I mean? I know it's not as easy as what I'm saying because I'm just saying it, but you know what I mean. There is a process that you're gonna have to go through here, especially in February, where you're gonna have to trust yourself to navigate the situation. It doesn't need to be a whole upstart of your life, right? It doesn't mean it needs to like break everything down. It's not going to affect. It's not going to break you down. Death, Scorpio is the death card in the zodiac for a reason. Transformation, okay? Transformation. But oftentimes you're right about people. Is what I'm trying to say. At 12, I think I might restart the streams just so we can refresh. Oh shit.
He said just received a blizzard warning. Fun times. Yes, it sounds very fun, Laurie. Let me see what our weather's doing. Because we likely in the same fucking spot here. Let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just dry as fuck. Let's see. We got any type of weather. Tonight we get snow. Tonight we get a lot of snow. Of course. And Sunday and Monday we get a lot of fucking snow too. Widespread snow potentially damaging. It's good. It's good. Love that shit. Wonderful. I love that shit. Oh, there's more blanks. All right. Kai? Is that how I say? Kai? Go ahead and ask. Okay. Go ahead and ask. You're cool. He said UFC World Champion. I didn't mean to laugh. If that's your dream, that's your dream. If that's your dream, that's your dream. UFC World Champion. Is it your fate or your destiny? Now, this is a real question now, Kai. This is a real question. Business minded approach. You got to think about your color. That's what they said. Think about your color. And what type they accept up there. You really relocate? Okay, relocating to Florida to change. Okay, okay. All right, bet. So you do hit. You got the plans type shit. You got the plans. Okay, so taking the business minded approach. This is what everybody else is gonna see, right? Is the first thing they're gonna see is your skin tone. They're gonna see your color. That's what they're gonna see first. But that's also a part of that's a part of your responsibility to educate other people. Okay, is to educate other people, because wherever you will be going to train, wherever you're going to be fucking putting in the work type shit, that's the first thing I'm gonna see. I'm just letting you know, right? You educate motherfuckers. You got to put in the work type shit. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's baby steps in this program that you're gonna be going into. It really truly is. You know, being able to navigate some of these more frustrating conversations with people, because at the end of the day, you know what color you are. Okay. You know, I hate, like I said, I hate fucking reminding folk that, like, shit like this. I hate racist shit like this, but it's just a part of the fucking game. You know what I mean? It's a minor setback though when you're talented. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you have that trained mindset type shit, when you get up in there and you just start putting in the fucking work, nothing is impossible. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, nothing is impossible. They do talk about this path being healing for you. I do see that your struggles too, like some of the bad mental health and stuff like that. Yeah, I see some of the mental health issues. I could see some of that shit, but I also feel like that shit won't stop you. I think a lot of the time, what slows you down sometimes is, it's like you get this idea in your head that you have to be some specific way. You know, maybe it's just because like your body is way more focused on training your mind and your body. So maybe you believe that you have to be some specific way or weights or something like that. Maybe you have to be something specific, but you don't. Like they talk about you finding something else to do type shit because you're like, well, you know, I don't know if this will work out. I don't know if this is a good fallback plan. No, you can be successful in this territory as long as you're willing to work for it and like knowing that you're going to be looked at some type of way. Like you have to change the rules basically going up into this space. Okay, you're gonna have to change the rules on people and educate. You know, it's harder than it looks. And also, they do talk about like not being able to just trust anybody out in that bitch. He said fighting. I am in sober living right now. You're in sober living? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just asking out of curiosity. That has nothing to do with the reading, by the way. That has nothing. Educating people on your color. Educating people on how they should treat you up in this space, wherever you plan to train. You know, obviously respect is earned and all that type of stuff, but that's what I mean by educate. Yes, educating yourself on fighting, but that's gonna be the easy part. Okay. I think the hardest part is the respect piece, and I feel like that's also where it could start pissing you off and grinding you down.
But at the end of the day, like I said, you have this confidence in yourself to achieve and create this space for yourself, that you build a different space. I feel like you could even become somebody because, like I said, you have a business mindset regardless of your age type shit, where you can create a space for everybody like you. And I feel like that is something that is like, that is important into this. Like whether you get UFC world champion or not, it is like, it is there with you. You can create a space for people your age. Yeah. It's interesting too because I feel like you have a very very strong mind. It's the like I said, it's the other people that you're gonna have to be worrying about. It's just like I said, other people's perception of you, and that's gonna be kind of like the one thing that I feel like could challenge you the most. It's just people's perception of you. I think you could do it. Was that a yes? That was a maybe. That is just, I just say maybe because there's potential. You know what I mean? I say maybe because there's a potential. It's not neither a solid yes or no because you haven't gotten to the space where, like I said, it's like this, right? You get into that fucking training ring, you fucking work type shit. You get put the fucking work in. You work on your mental and your emotional as well. When you're up in that bitch, you train yourself in discipline. You put yourself through the fucking ringer. You get up there type shit. You can decide anything you want to fucking decide. I don't know that feel like cheating because you're like, fuck, well, I wanted a direct answer, but it's never a direct answer because the journey's so long. You know what I mean? It's something you dedicate your life to. So there's so many different avenues that it could go depending on what you choose. So no, it's not off the table. It is there as a potential. But I feel like what you're gonna build is more than just a UFC champion. That's what I feel like. You're gonna build a space for people like you. For kids like you. You're a kid to me. For kids like you. We're interested in the very same thing. So don't give up on it. It's a very real prospect for you. Don't give up on it. Don't give up on it because it's there for you. You're gonna have to work your ass off. Was Vince surprised and upset when he read my text messages yesterday? Like I said, Kai, it's there. So, you know, it's just what you do about it. Like I said, you have the discipline, the body. You want to get up in that motherfucker. You gotta just fucking do it. Hardest part, I told you, it's gonna be how people perceive you. It's your color. They're gonna see. They're gonna see that first. They're gonna see that first. Before anything, they're gonna be judging. But it's up to you to educate motherfuckers on that shit. And the way you educate is you fucking fight and you keep working. I'm not saying keep your head down. Obviously, you're gonna say some smart shit, but you keep yourself clean. It's all in the mental type shit. You don't let people rip you down, pull you down. You get up there, and you don't got nothing to prove to nobody except for yourself. That's the mentality. That's how this situation or this system will work, okay? And you're like, oh man, you know, I feel like I'm running out of time, da 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 da, da da da. Don't make excuses. Get up in there. So was Vince upset when he read my text messages yesterday? I feel like, First Lady, you just protecting yourself. I see you being very protective of yourself. I don't. Was he pissed off? No. He saw this one coming. Vince saw this one coming. He was not pissed off. Was he shocked by it? Not really. Um, how was he feeling? It's more like he immediately thought of ways where he can like get his lick back. It's something petty. He immediately thought of ways he can get his lick back. It's just how he competitively react. He immediately thought of that. It was just defensiveness. Okay. So instead of getting angry, it was like it immediately got set into a defensive mode of like, I'm gonna be petty as fuck right now. That's really what it is, First Lady. You know, he was thinking about the petty shit that he could do in response to the situation. That's what it is. So instead of being angry, he completely shut it down and was just like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna just do whatever the fuck I want to do. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. It's like very, very childish energy. Very childish. Son of baskets, yeah. Very childish. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. It don't matter. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do regardless. Immediate shutdown of what you said to him with your text messages. So no anger, just being like, okay, whatever. I'm still doing me. That's the energy. Yep. Immediately thought of game time up in this bitch, First Lady. How he could clown around. Feel like we dealing with fucking Ronald McDonald up in here, for real. Like, just such a stupid ass energy. It is so childish and petty. But also at the same time, First Lady, this is exactly why you don't need this fucking situation. No, that's not what you asked, but this is exactly what I'm saying. You don't need this motherfucker in your life. Take your you time. Hey, I'm Chilla. What's going on with you? What's going on with you?
Oh shit. I keep fucking with this mic, y'all. Okay. Let me know if the mic hit out, just because I've been hitting that line. I'm about to reset the stream, y'all, here. Because we coming up on noon. And I'll be right back. Yeah, let me reset.